The thing about teachers is, we've all had them. Those of us who made it through high school probably had more than 40 of them. If you spent 12 years watching 40 of anything, you'd be classified an expert spectator, wouldn't you? So what do people say about their teachers when they reflect back on the good ones? Well, this depends a lot on how the question is phrased, of course. If you ask people who their favorite teachers were, they tend to wax fondly about kindness, persistence, compassion, a gentle firmness. About as often as not, that the students actually learned something is mentioned among the legacy left by such teachers. When people are asked to recall the teachers from whom they learned the most, the qualities mentioned differ a bit, raising an issue or two about modern trends. Students say they learn the most from teachers who were not always nice, but were always working hard at sharing knowledge. Tough but fair, available but not chummy, challenging but not sadistic, knowledgeable but not arcane, and immovable as to standards, probably the most terrifying of the qualities mentioned. This last one is often recalled with a trace of grim remembrance, like the recollection of a mountain climb or an epidemic survived. And this brings us to a modern trend or two of concern. A freshening of accommodation is nigh. Trend 1, make sure students are comfortable. Anyone causing anyone to be uncomfortable must be adjusted. This sounds wonderful, but learning means facing one's limitations, and thus a certain discomfort is built into the process. Even the successes are never going to be quite enough to make it comfortable to have people telling you what you're doing wrong. Teaching and learning are not comfortable, and they are hardly ever convenient, and that raises the trend, heavy accommodation to schedule and individuality. Higher and secondary education are slowly yet perceptibly moving toward providing portions or entire courses and programs of study online. While certain courses do require periodic face-to-face meetings, the clear trend is to do away with that most labor-intensive aspect of an education and to replace it with a virtual interaction. The purpose is to reduce the inconvenience and discomfort of attending, reduce the number of expensive trips and pesky persons one has to deal with, make an education as accessible as Facebook, reduce discomfort with even the fullest life, just fit it in. Yes, it can be done, but is it too late for us to ask, what might we have lost when we reduced certain discomforts and inconveniences? Can anyone answer why we ought to bother to get together at all? Ben? It's great, we don't have to go to class, summarizes the appeal. Whether that means being able to work at the time or just as likely simply to be able to avoid people and all of the little discomforts and serendipities they conjure. I'm John Modaff, and that's my turn.